Ask him again because I didn't hear him that time. Ask him.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
We are ready.
Did you hear them?
That time I heard him. They said yes. Now, when we start, are you going to say, welcome to Lords of the Night?
Yeah.
Can you say it right now?
Guys.
Welcome to Lords of the Night.
Guys.
We got to practice.
Welcome to Lord.
You're a goofball.
Guys.
Yes.
Say it now.
Say welcome to Lords of the Night.
Welcome to Lords of the Night. Now say it.
Now say with me as always is Scribe. Can you say with can you say hi, Scribe? Whoa! Okay. Honey, you can't do that. You're gonna make people deaf.
So where's your house?
Where's my house?
Mm-hmm.
My house is in the woods.
Ow!
I have trees all around me. I live in the woods with a big teddy bear.
Oh my god.
I know, right? It's weird.
Can you say hi, Satsu?
Hi, Satsu.
Hi.
Are you done?
Hi, Abraham. Hi, Abraham.
Abraham.
Who's
Hi,
Abraham?
Abraham. Hi, Satsu. Hi, Scribe. Hi, Wolf.
Uh-oh, she doxed
You
me.
say hi, chat?
They found out my name now.
Abraham.
Who's Abraham?
Yeah, who is Abraham?
Barney is?
Barney
No.
is Abraham?
Okay, you know the show's already started, right?
Yeah.
You know they can hear you in chat? You got like 1 more minute and then Grandpa's got to put you back in bed, okay?
Joe Boda, you were guys a wolf and you were coming to my next birthday.
Cool. I get to be a wolf and go to a birthday party.
Oh boy.
How old will you be for your next birthday?
4 and 5.
4 and 5?
4 and 5.
You he's skipping a year?
Bye-bye.
Bubba.
Okay, say bye, everybody.
Hello back.
Hello back. No, say bye, everybody.
Hello back.
Hello.
I feel like I'm losing this battle.
You
lost.
All
right. Hang on just a second, and I'll return you to bed.
No.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Lords of the Night. I hope you enjoyed that little part. Can you guys watch this for a second? I go put somebody back in bed.
Sure.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. Well, hello, chat. Hello, everyone. I'll be surrogate host for a minute. That was your Lord of Preciousness, Grand Monkey, and the Lord of Pain, Ranting Monkey. I am the Lord of Punishment, Scribe Light. And who are you, other person here?
Lord of Pennies, good sir.
Yes, somehow you have to be British when you, or some, I don't even know if that's British, like maybe New England or something. Well, yes, that was a special cameo by Grand Monkey, Little Butt.
One of these days, she's going to get the intro down.
On behalf of Monkey, thank you, Blind Press. She is adorable. Indeed, she is very, very adorable. Monkey told a little story last night, for those of you who were here, where she apparently spontaneously with her mother just said, "I love Scribe." And she taught her toy monkey, like pink monkey toy or whatever, that repeats words back that are said to it, to say, "I love Scribe." And Monkey sent me a picture of this toy and Grand Monkey holding it with the message from his daughter telling him this story. And I was just, I was just like, oh, gosh. So, let's see. Scribe Light, Connecticut white collar. Oh, is that what Satsu's doing? Is that what your voice is, a Connecticut white collar?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Let's see. Mashisu says, I missed it because the stream didn't start. I had to refresh. Oh, well, it is now there in posterity forever. And right now, Grand Monkey's being put to bed. We'll see if she stays there. I have this feeling that maybe she's going to end up wandering downstairs and making trouble later. Did you get her put to bed?
I did. Yeah. Sorry about
All
that,
right.
guys. Had to wrestle a 3-foot monster, so finally won that fight when Grandma said, "Lay down." How are you guys tonight? I
already did
hope
all the
you're
introductions and everything. You got a super chat,
I
but I already
appreciate
read
that.
it, so you're good.
Yes, I thank you, Blind Press, and yeah. So she wanted to come say hi. Her bedtime was actually half an hour ago, but Grandpa told her, "You know what? You can come on and say hi," because she really wanted to say hi to the stream. And I asked her, I said, "Just Scribe or everybody?" And she said, "Everybody."
Oh,
So that wasn't just for him this time, guys.
well, I don't feel any less special.
Yeah, I asked how you're doing. You guys didn't tell me.
Well, after Grand Monkey, my day is complete.
There you go. Satsu, how you doing, bud?
Pretty good, but I think I might be catching a cold, which sucks.
I am in a ass ton of pain because I went shopping today.
And what did you get, Monkey?
I got my copy of 76, which was actually funny. The guy asked me, he goes, or what was actually a woman behind the counter. She goes, "Let me guess, for Xbox 360?" I'm like, "Hell no." And I said it a little harsher than I meant to.
Hell no! What the fuck wrong with you? PC
So, no,
Master Race, yo.
I said PC, and she goes, "Oh, you're the one who got it." So yeah, I got that, but
you're the weirdo.
I'm the one.
Xbox 360?
Oh, sorry, Xbox One, whatever it is.
Oh, I was about to say.
That's how much I know about consoles right now.
Did they port it to 360? That'd be amazing.
I doubt it.
I did see they ported fucking Ark to the Switch.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. They were putting Ark on the Switch, and I heard it plays like damn near better on the Switch and the fucking iPhone than it does on anything else.
Probably does.
Which is asinine.
In movies, Monkey Dick, Jim. What the fuck did I just do? Monkey Dick.
I don't know.
Monkey Dick, Jim Jones. Movies, video games. Please hit that like button. I need it in my life right now, apparently.
That was too much Monkey Dick for my liking.
Yeah, share our stuff. That was how many was that? 2 or 3 Monkey Dicks?
That was about 4 at least.
You usually only need 1 Monkey Dick in your life. That's true. But yeah, guys, share all your favorite creator stuff because that helps us, and YouTube doesn't. Anyhow, do we have news today?
Yes.
What kind of news do we have?
The written kind.
Oh.
Are you going to share it with us?
Yeah.
Tall Person says he gave a super chat at the beginning.
Oh, did he? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah, that's way scrolled up on my screen. I'm going to have to go to another screen to get it. Hang on, Tall Person. I thank you for pointing it out, and I'm sorry I missed it. Hang on.
Yeah, and the chat, unfortunately, it starts like there's a window of time where we can see things, especially if chat's moving real fast. Excuse me.
I will get there. It's a...
Okay.
I'll sing to you until then. Let's see. Thank you. Tall Person says, "Have some money. I am sober." I appreciate it.
Oh, it took you 3 days. That's great. That's great.
All right, at least sober.
No, he says no need for apologies, but there is because when you guys donate your cash, I mean, the least I can do is say thank you.
Yeah.
And when I don't see it, I can't do that. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to save the inspiration for the titles, the stream of the title. Okay, now I'm pulling a monkey.
It's
the title of the stream until last. So first, we're going to start with the fact that our president has visited the wildfire devastation in California. President Donald Trump has spent his Saturday in California, where he surveyed the destruction from the wildfires that have been raging across the state. Northern California's Camp Fire and the Woolsey Fire in the south have collectively burned more than 240,000 acres, killed at least 74 people, and more than 1,000 people are still missing. Quote, nobody thought this could happen, Trump told reporters during one of his stops. He also said after viewing the destruction that his views on climate change had remained unchanged. That's going to make a lot of people happy, I'm sure.
Gonna piss them all off.
Let's see. President Trump also toured several devastated homes in Point Dume or Point. It's either Point Dume or Point Doom. If it's Point Doom, don't live there. I don't
even though it's a cool sounding name, you don't.
Yeah, Dume.
That's where you bury people.
Point Doom, Malibu. During his visit to California on Saturday, there he spoke to reporters and addressed several topics, including the wildfires, the Thousand Oaks shooting nearby, and the CIA assessment about Jamal Khashoggi's death. Let's see. And then the updates kind of go back in time. This is all real-time update stuff. So that's the latest. He toured the thing. Now I'm waiting to hear it's too soon. He went down there too soon. He's taking attention away from the victims or something or whatever.
Right.
So there was that. Let's see.
I'm waiting to hear he was the one who turned on a light switch that caused the explosion at the power line that started all the fires anyway.
Well, now there is a conspiracy theory going around that it wasn't an accident of the power company.
Oh, don't even. I know what you're going for. Go ahead.
But was instead a test of laser weapons from the government that set it off, like space lasers or something.
Yep.
Yeah, a big sunbeam, which, of course, the technocracy used to kill off all the antediluvians. And if you know what I'm talking about when I said that, you're a total nerd. But anyway, moving on. How about some Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez news?
Oh, what's my twit up to today?
Because that's going to be the new thing. In addition to Trump, we get AOC. I'm going to call her AOC from now on.
AOC. She's an AOC instead of a POC.
Oh, AOC calls out journalist who called her girl and judged her clothing.
What's wrong with calling her girl?
Remember, kids, this is an adult representing people in government now, just so you know. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the new Democratic representative-elect from New York, seized on a social media smear to show she's not afraid to call out sexism or define herself on her own terms. Okay. The incoming lawmaker responded Thursday evening after a journalist referred to her as a girl in a tweet critical of her clothing with the message, quote, "Dark hates light, that's why you tune it out," unquote. What? I don't have any context for that. Her words came in response to a now deleted tweet from Eddie Scary, a media reporter for the Washington Examiner, in which he posted a photo of Ocasio-Cortez walking down the hallway alongside a caption that read, quote, "Hill staffer sent me this pic of Ocasio-Cortez they took just now. I'll tell you something. That jacket and coat don't look like a girl who struggles." Oh, this thing. Okay. This is about her clothing being too expensive.
Wait a minute, but that context is appropriate.
Well, it's not sexist. This doesn't look like a girl who struggles. It wasn't like calling her a girl. I mean, he might have been trying to be condescending. I don't know, but anyway. The tweet was quickly and widely criticized on Twitter, including by other journalists, as sexist and inappropriate.
Fuck off.
Okay, I
She
don't.
made an ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I was about to say I don't see the sexism. I need somebody to tell me how it's inappropriate.
She made a complete ass of herself about bitching about the fact that she doesn't get her first paycheck until she starts her fucking job.
Mm-hmm.
And so she can't afford housing, running around in expensive ass clothes. You made that an issue, bitch.
Amazingly enough, it continues. It comes after Ocasio-Cortez suggested in a recent interview with the New York Times that it would be challenging to afford an apartment in Washington before her congressional salary kicks in. Ocasio-Cortez, a 29-year-old and member of the Democratic Socialists of America, made headlines and sent shockwaves through Washington over the summer when she defeated veteran Democratic Representative Joe Crowley in a primary challenge. While she hasn't officially started her term as a U.S. representative from New York, Ocasio-Cortez has already become a focal point of attention on Capitol Hill and a target of criticism. Yeah, you know why? It's all self-generated. Okay? All the criticism is based on things that she has said or that she has done. I don't know what else to tell you. She's coming into this whole situation not doing herself any favors.
Well, she's doing it on purpose because she knows that she's immune to criticism because of who and what she is. So literally anything that she does, if anybody has a problem with it, the media will fucking break their necks to come out to defend her. It doesn't matter how stupid, how mundane. They will do whatever it takes to protect and defend her, no matter what the case is. So she's like, yeah, why not bring all this attention to myself? It's free publicity, and I got a fucking white knight team that's on the ready every fucking time I sneeze. So why not?
Anyway, so there you go.
I'm actually responding to a tweet right now. This woman wrote, "It's Saturday night, but Ocasio-Cortez is spending her evening in sweats on a Zoom answering questions from Justice Dem activists to take them through the Green Deal." Yeah, she's gonna take people through the Green Deal.
The Green Deal?
Yeah, she's pushing real hard on climate change, don't you?
Oh, that kind of green. Okay, I thought green was like somebody's name or something. Okay.
But Cortez retweeted it saying that change doesn't have time for business casual. That's why she's in sweats. No, you're in sweats pretending you're actually poor after your whiny nonsense, you stupid twat.
She's going to define herself on her own terms by responding to criticism, by trying to deflect it, by dressing down. Right. Okay. That's like when Mitt Romney rolled up his sleeves and put on like a blue collar shirt and tried to fit in with people or something at his rallies. Like, I'm a working man just like you, even though I've been a millionaire for most of my life and never had to work a day, but whatever. Let's see. Before we get to the main event, something funny happened in Norway today. I know that's not a phrase I usually use, but it wasn't the subject of the video I did earlier this week. Norway stunned as warship sinks after collision.
They're stunned by that?
Oh wait, a maritime blunder, then a ruinous rescue attempt, has left a multi-million-dollar warship under NATO command almost entirely submerged in a Norwegian fjord. A large hole was torn into the side of KNM Helge Ingstad when it collided with a Malta-registered oil tanker, Sola TS, in the early hours of November 8th. The frigate, one of 5 in the Scandinavian country's navy, has been moving around inner fjords in western Norway for navigation training before it collided with a 250-meter-long tanker that was sailing out of an oil terminal. While military crew reportedly drove the vessel up on underwater rocks in order to prevent it from sinking, the tanker emerged relatively unscathed. But efforts to move the 5,500-ton warship to a safe place went catastrophically wrong this week after cables attached to hold it in place snapped. Now all that remains above the waterline is the frigate's top antennas and radar, leading local media to speculate how a ship designed for war failed to avoid a slow-moving 150,000-ton tanker. This is a brand new ship. This is like they're getting ready to go out to sea for the first time.
Yeah, here's the thing about ships: when you run shit into them or run them into things, they tend to sink.
Yeah, a ship built for war isn't built for head-on collisions. It's not. I don't understand why they would like. Oh, how could it sink? No. That's not how it works.
Now I could see them being surprised the collision happened.
Yes, sure.
But holy shit, we put a hole in that and it's sinking.
Yeah.
Huh? Who'd have thunk?
Let's see. I'm trying to see if they tell us how much the thing cost, because that was the big thing. It was like brand new. Doesn't say, or at least I don't see it on here. But fortunately, the one fortunate thing is the oil tanker, which was carrying almost 100 million liters of oil, was not seriously damaged. And so far as they say, there hasn't been a spill of anything major. So,
Well, that's good.
yeah, but that's just, waste of money. There it goes. Oh, Norway. Didn't you used to be able to build boats? Anyway,
Did they?
the Vikings?
Oh, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they put like big dragon heads on them at the front. There's no dragon head at the front of this ship, though. That might have been the problem. Probably would have scared the ship away.
Medicine. That's what that pain was to remind me of.
Oh, you didn't take your medicine?
No, I had little butt.
Oh,
She distracts me.
that's true. But finally, at least as far as the big news is concerned, is the sort of quasi-internet fucketry story of the day.
Yeah, this one kind of
Chipotle.
blew up, didn't it?
Yeah, so I'm not sure that this story actually tells us the truth about the situation, but this is what's going on in the mainstream media right now about it. So I'll read this.
Yeah, let's see what they say. I'm interested.
Yeah, so we'll go with the top level story about what happened, and then we'll talk about what people like Chris Reagan discovered with 30 seconds worth of Googling.
Mm-hmm.
Chipotle manager fired after employees refused to serve 5 black men. Okay, that's the headline. We'll get to the
That's
other
not
details
true.
shortly. Yeah, I know. We'll get to their other details shortly. A Chipotle manager was fired this week after a video posted on Twitter showed employees refusing to serve 5 black men and asking them to prove they had the money to pay for their meals before placing their orders. The footage, which has been retweeted more than 52,000 times, showed the Chipotle employees moving on to serve a white woman without asking her to show proof of income. When the camera zoomed in on her, an employee said the food would be on the house. Okay. Quote, "This is not how we treat our customers. We're committed to treating everyone equally and with respect," Chipotle said in a statement. "The manager has been terminated, and we are retraining everyone at the restaurant to ensure something like this doesn't happen again." According to the company, the manager thought the men were the same customers who had previously ordered and couldn't pay for their meals. Quote, "Regardless, this is not how we treat our customers," Chipotle said. The video was taken by 21-year-old Masood Ali, who went to grab a bite to eat after, quote, "a long workout session," unquote. Quote, "So Chipotle's going to sit here and tell me I can't eat because they think I look like someone that stole from them before?" Masood posted on Twitter. That's the end of the story. Now, Monkey, what's the other part of the story?
The other part of the story, well, first of all, they didn't refuse to serve them. They just told them they had to pay first before they would make the bowls and everything for them. they were still willing to serve them. They just told them they had to pay first. Slight correction there, whoever wrote your headline, dickhead. But the other part of it is, with just a little minor internet sleuthing, the guy who filmed this has been talking for years on Twitter about Dine and Dashing.
What is
And
Dine and Dashing, Monkey?
That is where you get food and run off without paying for it.
Yeah. And they bragged about this at length very
Repeatedly.
often on Twitter about doing this.
Yeah.
And so this lady was just making sure that they weren't going to be robbed.
Yeah.
But she got fired.
Yeah.
And
she lost her job. They'll probably get some settlement, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's so I was looking at that earlier and I'm just like, man, it is amazing how much power I guess we have now. And we could just, and a lot of people saw that and they put it up, and I don't know if Chipotle responded to it, but they tagged Chipotle in it. But I'm like, yet another case of black people being, treated like shit just because they're black. Nope, that's not what this is. This is another case of fucking dumbasses taking advantage of a situation that is real to benefit from it.
Yep.
And it's like, you wonder, why people have this kind of lack of empathy, or, people call bullshit and they want to see what happens in the story, or people doubt it. Because that's the first thing you see in the chat. It's like, look at all these white people denying if it's real. Of course it's real. We deal with this every day. And then it turns out to be fake.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great, very brief little thread on the Chipotle tweet about this. It's a story in 3 parts. First off, this lady, Dazzling Blue, her first comment was, "I'll never give Chipotle another penny of my money if the entire staff who refuse to serve these customers isn't terminated. This is insane. There's a reason there's a reason the register is at the end of the service counter. This is disgusting behavior." And then 2 hours later, she said this, "Yeah, I've changed my mind. They seem to do this everywhere, and they go and brag about it. These kids have done a huge disservice to a lot of people who have been legitimately denied service because of the color of their skin."
Yup.
They were denied service because they're thieves. Shame on them. And then someone, Tom34B, said shortly thereafter, "Maybe you should use this as an object lesson the next time you're being manipulated into virtue signaling."
You think?
Burn. Yeah. So, and I retweeted out, "One can only hope that Chipotle can learn a similar lesson and give those people their jobs back." At the time, I thought they fired the whole staff, not just the managers. That's why I said that. But anyway, yeah. Now, is Chipotle going to reverse themselves? Probably not.
No. The blowback they would get. But if I was her, I would sue the shit out of them.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, some people are trying to point out the fact that those posts were from years ago. And I guess nobody seemed to be able to find anything that was recent enough. But I'm like, that kind of doesn't matter, because if they were familiar enough to where she knew their faces, and they were bragging that openly about it on social media, and they've been getting away with it. I highly doubt that they've been getting away with it that whole time, and they just made a conscious decision, like, you know what? We should probably stop doing this. Like, no. I highly doubt that is the case.
I understand, you got to watch out for your brand image and all that. But with the tweets that we saw, and the fact that she goes, "You guys always come in here without paying," and the one guy even says, "I eat in here all the time."
Yeah.
Well,
that doesn't say I pay all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, she got hosed by a bunch of jackasses, and now I hope Hotep Jesus goes into Chipotle and gets free food all the time.
It just blows my mind that people, I mean, I guess it doesn't really blow my mind that people will take advantage of a situation like this or whatever. But like some of the other posts that I've seen and people watching it, I even seen somebody say, something to the effect of, "Well, our agency has been getting stolen from us for centuries, so
fuck off.
It's about time we take a little back." And I'm just like, no.
Ebony Williams, thank you. Monkey said, "Don't you know earlier?" And you're not from Minnesota? No, I'm from California.
Minnesota. No, he spends too much time with his wife because she sounds like Minnesota.
Yeah, I did find it funny that they hid their cash so well. Not one of them went, "Look, bitch, I got it right in here in my pocket." The people that made this about race were the kids, the guys who were denied service. She never said a fucking thing about, "You Negroes never pay." She said, "You guys never pay.
Mm-hmm.
You happen to be black and don't pay. It's not about your fucking race, you morons."
Yeah, so now she's branded a racist, discriminating, and so yeah, I mean, she should sue them, and she should sue Chipotle. And then, of course, those guys tweeted out, "Here's the address of the Chipotle if you guys want to go check it out," or something like, "Here, go harass this place, go mob this place." It's like, yeah, this is like, I mean, if I had suspicions about the whole Starbucks incident over in Philadelphia or whatever it was, there's no suspicion here. This is all bullshit. This is a setup. This is bullshit. These guys are going to get some kind of reward for screwing other people over, and it's going to be disgusting. And yeah, like Monkey said, I hope Chipotle loses a bunch of money on the process. So.
Well,
even if I were the people working there, and they retrained me and be like, anytime somebody dashed out, see ya.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, dude, that's what I was about to say. If they gave me my job back, or if I was the people who work there, I would be actively telling people on the low, hey, just come here and say say that you're black and we're disrespecting you or whatever, and just take the food and leave. You're good.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
What are they gonna do?
They don't care. They don't mind if you steal food. As long as you're black, you're good. If you're darker than this color, come on in, man. Free food on me.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
I'm not supposed to do this? I'm supposed to be stopping them, Chipotle? No, that's racist.
That's why I really hope Hotep Jesus does that again, because he went to a Starbucks and
I saw
got
that
free
shit.
coffee out of it.
Walked in that bitch like, excuse me, I heard y'all racist up in here. And that white lady was like, oh, not me. No,
Have some free stuff. Have some free stuff, Negro.
Of course not.
And you guilty white motherfuckers need to stop it. Just stop it.
Ain't nothing worse than the fucking white guilt. Fucking this shit is disgusting.
But man, if you played it right, you could get paid.
I could, man, but it ain't in
It's
me.
too bad you got that conscience.
Your
mama raised you too good is the problem.
Yeah, she did, that bitch.
Yeah.
Raising me all good and shit.
I have to talk to her next time she's on a stream. Be like, why you raise him so well?
With great power comes great responsibility.
With great skin color comes great responsibility.
Right.
It's just so fucking stupid. Look, yes, there are racist people out there. That's fine. Nobody's denying that. But not everything that happens is fucking racist just because there happens to be two different colors involved. They didn't say, the people behind the counter didn't say a fucking thing about, there was even a black guy behind the fucking counter.
Yeah. How many black customers do you think they have a day at that Chipotle?
Oh, God.
But like they said,
anyway.
That's not how we treat our customers. If they want to dine and dash, then you let them, if they're the right color.
They're the right color. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that, because Jesus, that's fucking stupid.
And that's all the news stories I had pulled up.
All right, that means it is time for hashtag. Ooh, I hiccuped. Sorry about that. It's time for hashtag MSS News. If there's a story you'd like us to take a look at, hit us up at the hashtag MSS News over on the Twitter machine. We can't get to all of them, but that's because you guys send in so many stories, and I interrupt Scribe through half of them, and you never know what's going to blow up. So that's why. Scribe?
Is that why?
That's why.
All right.
Let's see. This one comes from Massive Dynamics. This is oddly appropriate for a 76 era, but also very gross in a way. Kentucky man bags a rare deer with the decapitated head of another buck entangled in its antlers.
I saw that. It's disgusting. I saw the picture. I didn't read the story, but that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like this mummified. Who knows how long it's been attached to that thing? I was thinking like a rad stag from Fallout. Looking at it. As the saying goes, two heads are better than one, or in one hunter's case, two sets of antlers. A man in Ballard County, Kentucky, recently bagged a two-headed deer, the state's Department of Fish and Wildlife Resources announced Thursday. The hunter, who the wildlife agency identified as Bob Long, took aim at a buck with, quote, big antlers off in the distance. After making his shot and killing the animal, Long approached it and made an astounding discovery. The buck was carrying around another set of antlers and part of a decomposing carcass. The deer, which was, quote, truly a rare harvest, unquote, state wildlife officials said, has garnered thousands of reactions on the social media platform. There's only one? Wow, the social media platform. Many users responding in both awe and disgust. Quote, bet they were fighting and that's the end result. Just idea, one person theorized. Yeah, you think.
Well, how strong you got to be to rip the other deer's head off?
Yeah, that's something else. Quote, wildest thing I've ever seen, another wrote. Yeah. While it's not clear how the buck in Kentucky became entangled with the carcass's antlers, this occurrence, while unusual, is not unheard of. In 2014, a buck in Kansas was reportedly found with its antlers entangled with those of its rival. And in January, a North Dakota man shared photos with the Duluth News-Tribune of a buck in a similar situation. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Pretty gross.
Lucifer's asking for the link.
I'll
Okay.
throw it in there.
Okay.
I got it.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, James Colley. Why, yes, she does. Bob Long.
Wah, wah, wah. This one comes from senior staff reporter and chief Florida correspondent Colleen Bernier, reporting on something decidedly not in Florida, I think. Well, it's from the BBC, so probably not. Gary Anderson, whoever that is, and Wesley Harms, whoever that is, deny farting accusations at Grand Slam of darts.
Okay.
Some athletes blame poor performance on the state of the field. Others blame it on tactics or perhaps just a bad day at the office.
Time out, Scribe. Time out. Can you guys hear us?
Uh-oh.
Randall just asked why there's no sound, and Gabby did a up thing. I just want to make sure you guys can hear us before I have Scribbles read this.
Yeah.
Let us know in chat, guys. And I guess if you can't, I won't.
people-
Oh, audio's fine. Okay. Thank you, guys. Sorry, Scribbles. Go ahead.
But blaming your opponent for farting is definitely a new one. Yet that's exactly what happened at the Grand Slam of Darts in Wolverhampton. Wolverhampton is where Logan hangs out with the X-Men when he's
Is
not
it?
like X. Yeah, because it's Wolverhampton. Never mind.
Oh my god.
I got it.
With both Gary Anderson and Wesley Harms denying responsibility for the rotten egg smells. Two-time world champion Anderson, 47, won Thursday's match 10-2 to progress to the quarterfinals, but Dutchman Harms, 34, was quick to explain his substandard performance by accusing his Scottish opponent of leaving a fragrant smell. He told Dutch TV, quote, "It'll take me 2 nights to lose this smell from my nose." Unquote.
Damn.
It was haggis. It was haggis.
It was the haggis.
It was a goat thrapple out of his arsehole. Anyway. Let's see. What else do we have? Okay. This one comes from Frosted Glass. It's a Guardian op-ed. Yes, it's infuriating when women back Trump. But why do men get a free pass? When have men ever gotten a free pass for backing Trump in this country? Okay.
We're making up things and writing it down on paper.
What they're getting at is nobody should support him.
The night before the 2016 presidential election, I watched a short news feature about how women in the U.S. vote, and hoo boy, it made for some bracing viewing. Quote, "I would never vote for Hillary Clinton. She is literal scum," a white woman in Florida told the reporter. When he asked her to elaborate, she said, quote, "She let her husband sleep with that intern," unquote. The interviewer asked if she had similarly strong views about Bill Clinton, given he did the aforementioned sleeping. The woman shrugged and replied, "Boys will be boys."
Okay. Now that story sounds fake.
I don't know. She doesn't say where the story was at. I've been thinking a lot about this attitude that you've made up, probably. Men, those poor creatures of machismo and id, can't help themselves. But women should do better in the wake of the U.S. midterms. Initially, when the results came in, there was a sense that we were witnessing a thrilling new feminist dawn. Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar, the first Muslim women elected to Congress, Deb Haaland and Sharice Davids, the first Native American woman elected to Congress, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the youngest woman ever elected to Congress.
And the dumbest.
But the initial crowing about a female future was quickly tempered by the release of voting patterns. A heck of a lot of white women had voted for Republican candidates.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I don't care. You're stupid.
Did any of these women run on anything besides their badge?
I have no idea. They are not represent. None of them are representing me. I'll give that much away. Moving on. Let's see. Oh, let's do this. We talked about this last night a little bit. This comes from New Fake 26. Or Monkey mentioned it last night. Bill Maher is slammed for disrespecting Stan Lee and questioning the importance of comic books. Oh, no. Bill Maher is in hot water. I wonder if Ice Cube will come on the show and make Bill Maher apologize.
Probably not.
That'd
He
be
didn't
great.
say any N-words.
Actually, he should have Kevin Smith come on and make him apologize. Bill Maher is in hot water after making comments that many are calling disrespectful towards the late Marvel Comics creator Stan Lee. In a blog post to his website Saturday, the late night host wrote, quote, "America is in mourning, deep, deep mourning for a man who inspired millions to, I don't know, watch a movie, I guess." That is kind of ignoring some stuff, Bill. Just saying. I mean, it's fine. I'm sure Stan can take it now that he's dead, but it's fine. Lee, a cultural icon responsible for many of Marvel's most popular superheroes in comic books and movies, died Monday at the age of 95. Maher continued, saying he has nothing, quote, against comic books, unquote, but that when he was growing up, quote, comics were for kids, and when you grow up, you moved on to big boy books without the pictures, unquote. Quote, but then 20 years ago or so, something happened. Adults decided they didn't have to give up kid stuff, he said, and so they pretended comic books were actually sophisticated literature, unquote. Bill, you're a comedian. You make jokes about things. You smoke pot. Come on.
Yeah. I was thinking that too. I'm like, a comedian, huh? Is that your take on that? Okay. All right.
Well, comedians, we call them comics, and Bill thinks comics are for kids.
Yeah, I guess.
I do agree with one thing he said there. Oh, real quick. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat. Sounds funny from a guy with no spine. Indeed. And James Colley, thank you. First Muslim congresswoman has a chance to explode into action or bomb in her first term.
Oh.
He does go on to say that something to the effect that now these adults have, when they have to go buy auto insurance and they call it adulting, and
yeah,
he's not wrong about that part. I hear so many adults complain about how hard it is to be an adult, which drives me fucking insane. But that's not the same thing as comic books made them do that. Here, I wonder why it's okay to listen to audio with moving pictures on the screen, but having pictures with words written in bubbles is not.
I don't know. I mean, there are, I am a comic book nerd. It's absolutely true. I don't read them nearly as often now as I did when I was a kid. But I'll tell you what, there is a lot of really good storytelling that can occur in a comic book. Not always, but sometimes. Like the stories in certain comic books that were good, like legitimately good, have stuck out in my mind. Specifically, Punisher number 45 of the first series. That thing should be made into its own fucking episode on the TV show. God damn it. Or its own movie just by itself. And Watchmen. I mean, if you want to talk about like a comic book novel that reads like a novel, and the artistry combined with the words is telling the story, that takes a level beyond just like kids stuff.
Well, I don't know if that story has it, but I want to read the last line of his blog post, okay?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a huge stretch to suggest that Donald Trump could only get elected in a country that thinks comic books are important.
He knows that the Marvel movies were going on during Obama's administration, right?
Well, you know, that's what made it. That's what made Trump, is because we started paying so much attention to them damn Marvel movies, man.
Right. Yeah. Iron Man and Captain America and all those things, they weren't making money and popular and taking over the world when Obama was elected the second time, right?
No.
Okay.
But it's Trump got elected because of people reading comic books.
Right. Okay.
Good take there, Bill.
Let's see. This one comes.
You spineless douche.
Are you done?
I might be. And, you know, Bill Maher pisses me off. He does. This is a man who at one time was a free speech warrior and defended everybody, and then sold his own fucking soul out to fucking Ice Cube of all people. He didn't even have a real fucking like politician or somebody up there you might say is an actual black leader. No, he brings out, you know, somebody from NWA, because that's important. That's who you kiss the ass of when you dropped an N-bomb that you are suddenly so offended by. And then this, look, oh God. Yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Are you?
I am.
All right. Well, then, this one comes from Leathery Old Bastard. Reddit co-founder Alexis Ohanian, well, I'm assuming is a man, I guess, maybe. Okay, yeah, that is a guy's name, or Alexis. Anyway, says men are unhealthy, insecure, and paralyzed by patriarchy.
Oh, couple of super chats. Sorry. Thank you, Johnny Hellcat, and Simone Sanders of all people. Why do I know that name?
I don't know.
Oh, I know who that bitch is. Okay, she's that dumb contributor for, is it MSNBC? I can't remember. She's horribly racist. I know who you're talking about. And Cryptic, thank you.
Chick?
Yeah. Thank you, Cryptic. Maher is a corporate sellout, just like every SJW. There you go. Sorry. Go ahead.
You didn't used to be. Now this comes from October 30th, but I hadn't heard this, so why not? Some know Alexis Ohanian as the most supportive husband ever, and there's a link to a story about something, I don't know what. But the co-founder of Reddit and Initialized Capital, never heard of that, an early stage venture capital fund, really proved his chops this month when Deborah Barros, a candidate for the Alabama State Senate, called out the double standard between men and women's ability to publicly express emotion. Quote, funny how a black female tennis player, oh, it's Beth Serena. Funny how a black female tennis player is held to a higher standard to keep her emotions in check than a Supreme Court nominee. Barros wrote in a now deleted tweet.
Who said this?
Deborah Barros, Barros, a candidate for the Alabama State Senate.
You're a dumb bitch.
She was referring to the tennis phenom, Serena Williams, who is Ohanian's wife, and Brett Kavanaugh, the now confirmed Supreme Court justice whose emotional U.S. Senate confirmation hearings raised questions about his judicial temperament. Quote, it's not funny, it's bullshit, Ohanian replied. It was just one of many instances in which Ohanian uses his platform as a widely followed tech mogul and the husband of one of the world's top athletes to advocate on behalf of racial and gender equality. Your wife's a cheater. Just so you know, your wife's a cheater, and so is her coach.
I have to dissect that. Okay. Brett Kavanaugh, in front of the entire world, was being accused of sexual assault from when he was a fucking teenager with exactly zero fucking proof. Serena Williams got caught cheating, threw a fucking fit, and took all of the and did so because she was fucking getting her ass whipped, and took all of the attention away from the woman who won that and should have been celebrated. If you don't see the difference between those two, you're a dumb motherfucker. Thank you, Nick's opinion. As a man and person of color, this person can fuck off. I agree with you. Anyway, sorry, Scribe.
Well, they go on and it's a long list of interview questions they ask this guy. I'm only going to read one and then we'll move on so we don't waste too much time on this. So the interviewer asks, excuse me, do you identify as a feminist? Why or why not? How do you define your feminism? And his answer is, of course, I consider myself an advocate of women's rights on the basis of equality with men. That said, the word feminist has many connotations to many people these days. I personally identify as one, but I'm more interested in hearing why someone, women in particular, wouldn't identify as one. A high horse.
Wait, I'm sorry. This is a dude they're talking to?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Serena Williams' husband. Yeah.
So wait.
Thank you, Gabby G Wiz. I think is that clapping?
Yes, applause.
Yes, applause. Thank you. Anyway,
So he says there's lots of different connotations
mhm.
to it, but fuck all that. You should still identify with it regardless. There's so many different connotations that people might not want to associate them with, but I still cannot understand why anybody wouldn't under any circumstances whatsoever. Those statements I feel like don't go together. But whatever.
Oh, this is interesting. This one comes from Peter Stewart. Police think Alexa may have witnessed a double murder. Now they want Amazon to turn her over.
Good luck with that.
A judge in New Hampshire thinks Amazon's Alexa may be the key to cracking a murder case. On January 27th, 2017, Christine Sullivan, what, from Night Court?
Yeah,
Sorry, that's a character, but
I know what you did.
not to make light of a bad situation. Christine Sullivan and her friend Jenna Pellegrini were brutally stabbed to death in the kitchen of Sullivan's home in Farmington, where she lived with her boyfriend, CBS Boston reported at the time. Shortly after, Timothy Verrill was arrested by Massachusetts State Police and charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. Verrill pled not guilty to both counts. It is believed the women were murdered over suspicions that they were going to report an alleged drug operation. In court on Friday, state prosecutors alleged that Alexa, the virtual assistant developed by Amazon, was on the kitchen counter at the time of the murder and may have recorded the entire thing, including the removal of the bodies, which were found underneath the front porch. You didn't work very hard, did you? Let's see. Following Verrill's hearing, a judge ordered Amazon to turn over any recordings Alexa may have made from the day Sullivan and Pellegrini were killed up until the police discovered their bodies. Quote, the court finds there is probable cause to believe the servers and or records maintained for or by Amazon.com contain recordings made by Echo smart speaker from the period of January 27th to January 29th, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Wow, the suspect is a real winner. Amazon did not immediately respond to People's request for comment, but told the Post they would not be turning over the recordings easily. Quote, Amazon will not release customer information without a valid and binding legal demand properly served on us, an Amazon spokesman said. Amazon objects to overbroad or otherwise inappropriate demands as a matter of course. It's not overbroad. It's a specific location, a specific device, and a specific time frame.
Yeah, but they're asking for the whole database, not just a specific portion of it.
They should be able to narrow it down.
That's what I mean. Is like you have this device, you've got the serial number, etc. Yeah, if you're talking about like the entire, that's not how I got it. But anyway, whatever.
Don't tell me Google can't narrow that shit down.
Amazon.
Well, sorry, Amazon can't narrow that
right,
shit
monkey.
down.
Get it right. Let's see. Oh, do we want to talk about nuclear representative?
I saw that, the one from Stargazer.
Well, I got a couple, but yeah, that one.
Yeah, I do want to cover that. It's actually from May, but it is important to what went on yesterday.
Okay. You want me to read it then, or
Sure. Yeah, at least the first couple of paragraphs, I think it is.
This comes from Stargazer Nuts.
Nuts, what up?
If it will pull up. Good time. Okay. Democratic congressmen force gun owners to get rid of assault weapons. Representative Eric Swalwell, Democrat California, drops a grenade into the middle of the gun debate. A Democratic congressman has proposed outlawing, quote, military-style semi-automatic assault weapons, unquote, and forcing existing owners to sell their weapons or face prosecution, a major departure from prior gun control proposals.
Yes, because it would violate the Second Amendment, you dick. Sorry.
In a USA Today op-ed entitled Ban Assault Weapons, Buy Them Back, Go After Resistors, excuse me, I'm going to lose my voice here in a minute. Representative Eric Swalwell, Democratic California, argued Thursday that prior proposals to ban assault weapons, quote, would leave millions of assault weapons in our communities for decades to come, unquote. Swalwell proposes that the government should offer up to $1,000 for every weapon covered by a new ban, estimating that it would take $15 billion to buy back roughly 15 million weapons and, quote, criminally prosecute any who choose to defy the buyback by keeping their weapons, unquote.
If you guys don't remember, yesterday we talked about this asshat because somebody referenced this very idea of his and told them that they basically they could have their gun when they kill him for it, and they would go to war. And he's like, well, the U.S. would win wars because we have nukes. This same guy, by the way, had a problem with Trump talking about nukes with North Korea. The my dick is bigger than your dick thing. But he at least as a joke, he says he'd drop them on U.S. citizens for not turning over guns.
What's really weird, though,
for safety,
is Trump was talking about bombing someone else.
Yeah.
He's like,
don't do that.
I'll blow up my own house if you don't
right.
give me your guns.
Yeah.
Okay. Knock yourself out there, champ.
I think I might be done, Monkey. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that was our last one anyway, so that works out well. Guys, thank you so much for the submissions. I apologize. I only slept 4 nights. Or 4 nights. God damn
Four
it.
nights. Oh my God.
I only slept 4 hours last night. I'm exhausted. I didn't get my nap in before the show like I try to do. But yeah, so yeah, he wants to prosecute people for their right to bear arms. You dick. That leads us on to the YouTube's time. And Satsu, what'd you do?
I started work on 2 videos. One of them was about Fallout 76, which should be done tomorrow. And the other one, I'm not sure if I'm going to do. So.
Alrighty. I did some streaming this morning. Woke up and Bear was streaming, so I jumped on with him for a little bit. Then we went over to my channel, as become tradition if I'm actually awake for it, and talked for a few hours there. Had a good conversation. I don't remember about what, though. I'm sure it was a good conversation. Shit, what did we talk about today? Scribe, what'd you do?
I didn't do much today. I looked around for some videos to work on or try to find some interesting things. I found a brief one from a church telling me about what intersectionality means. And strangely enough, it sounds like it's from another either Scandinavian guy or something, although he's talking in English. I wasn't specifically looking. I'm not looking for Scandinavian people all of a sudden, guys, even though my last video was on one. But he talks about how he understands intersectionality to work. It's about 3 or 4 minutes long. The ending is absolutely hilarious because he lets us know that, you might have a straight white man who has a really good idea. But then if you have like a lesbian black woman who has an opposing idea, obviously she gets the last word. I'm only paraphrasing slightly. I was just like, really? Well, I'm glad you're so blatantly clear about what you think about the situation. But I might do something on that, but it's one of those things that kind of just speaks for itself again. So I'm not sure there's much to say. I could probably just post it to Twitter and just say, hey, watch this and laugh, but I don't know, we'll see. Otherwise, I still have multiple folders on my desktop of half-started videos that, I could put some effort into if they really catch my attention. I'll have to go back and look at a few of them, but that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Cryptic. 25% of Americans own guns. That's 87.5 million. Good luck, fuckers. One already died from the stupid red flag law. Yeah, that I don't see that red flag law standing up. I really don't. Not the way that it's out there now. Thank you, Cryptic. That's only legal gun owners. Indeed. That's not counting all those people who have the illegal ones.
That's what I mean, I don't know. It's just.
But can any gun really be illegal?
Proton.
You get what I did there, right? Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
That's all for our YouTube time. That leads us on to fucketry. Gentlemen, do you have any fucketry tonight?
Beyond what we already talked about with Chipotle? Not really.
Yeah, the Chipotle one was the big one today, wasn't it?
Yeah. It took up a lot of the air in the room.
I saw the only thing I did see was there was a thread on Facebook from this group. I forgot, it's called Urban something. I can't remember what it's called, but I see a lot of fucketry there. It's basically like I don't know if you guys ever seen, because you remember Facebook said they were purging a bunch of white supremacist groups or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that, but just with like it's a black supremacist group or whatever, but with black people or whatever. And it's called Urban something. I can't remember. But it is eerie how it's almost like they copy and paste each other's messages. The only difference is one side is like blatantly like fuck black people, I hate them, and the other side is like we're better people. Also, by the way, fuck white people, but we hate racism. And there was a thread about this lady. There was this white lady who said, I don't subscribe to white guilt. If you have a problem with me or something that I did, you should just let me know. But I won't prostrate myself for the sake of my people or anything like that, because I speak for me and only me, and I treat everyone with respect. And the person who is running that page was basically like, this is the type of white bitch we got to worry about, because she doesn't understand, that she is the source of our misery and blah, 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 blah. And there was a bunch of white people in the comment sections like, fuck this white bitch. She doesn't know what the issue is, and she should learn to be apologetic and prostrate herself just like we do. Right, guys? And I guess they expected these black people to be like, oh, yeah, you're right. They should be like that. They were just like, shut the fuck up, white bitch.
Yeah.
Just like...
real quick, thank you, Ragnock. Ragnock. Or people will get a shotgun with a shotgun shell, hammer, and a metal pipe. Yeah, there's other ways to shoot than having a gun.
Yeah, I was just like, well, that backfired, didn't it? And it was like this weird kind of thing of like these white people saying like, we support you and we got your back, and they're trying to defend themselves by saying like, no, we're not the bad ones, and they're like, you are the bad ones. Because there are no good ones. You're white, therefore, and they're like, no, it's not like that. I just wanted to, and they're like, how about you just shut up? How's that? And they're like, okay.
Okay, like, I'll go sit in the corner like a good little white man.
I was like, wow, this is interesting. But that's the type of shit that happens quite frequently on that channel. So it's nothing really new. I just thought I'd point it out because it was funny.
Michael Avenatti has been on a tweeting spree today.
Oh shit!
Oh, really?
Desperate for people not to pay attention to what's going on with him, and not just the charges, guys. Sorry, the arrest. He apparently has been charged. He was just arrested. He was evicted.
Michael Avenatti voice.
What's that? Yeah.
He hasn't been charged. Just arrested.
He was recently evicted. His law firm was evicted from their place of business.
Rent, right?
Yeah, they were 4 months behind on rent for, I forget how much it was.
Millions of dollars.
Damn, is everything he's associated with in debt?
Yes, exactly. Because he just had to take on almost $5 million of personal debt because he didn't pay his former associate, and he'd lost a lawsuit over that. And then when it came out, this happened. Somebody asked him about it, and he's like, well, you don't know what that guy did and how horrible he is. We don't know him anything. And like, dude, there's nothing legal that says that, you asshat. Legally, you owe him $5 million.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was a report from CNN that said Tucker Carlson was wrong or lied. They never actually said he lied. Tucker Carlson said that after the protest at his house there, that his door was actually damaged. I think cracked is the word he used.
Mm-hmm.
And so CNN, they didn't go examine the door. They called the police department and asked them, was the door cracked? And they said, we don't have anything to report about a door being cracked. And Michael Avenatti goes, oh, imagine that. Tucker Carlson lying. Now, in that same article where they called the police department, CNN says this: it is still possible that the door was cracked. And so I just asked Michael, is it your attention to detail that got you evicted and caused you to owe so many people so much money? Michael never answers me, man.
What?
I know. It's like retard day. All my retards were hitting. The only one I didn't see today was Alyssa. David Hogg tweeted out.
Hogg?
Campaign contributions by corporations are bribes.
Unless it's from a
corporations
corporation
are people, my
that I
friend.
like.
Any contribution can be a bribe. They can also be somebody who or some entity that supports a candidate that takes a position that they agree with.
No.
I know.
No.
So was he jumping down the throat of every Democratic candidate that's ever taken money from
No.
anywhere?
But I'm telling you, this dude's going to be commie before the end of the year. Just full on. Did you see his tweet about having a license for getting a firearm? Yes, I did. Wasn't that yesterday? You should have a license to get a gun. And I replied to him, you should have an education to speak publicly.
Did he really say that?
Yes, he really said that.
What the
I know. It's not me. The dude's a fucking moron. He is a fucking moron, and somebody needs to shut him the fuck up. I am at this point. I think somebody probably needs to take away his Twitter as badly as they need to take away Trump's. However, speaking of our commander in chief,
fearless leader,
he is the greatest troll ever. He really is.
What did he do?
He has promised Nancy Pelosi as many Republican votes as she needs to be made Speaker of the House. For those of you missing it, there's a bit of a shakeup that some Democrats are hoping to have within their party. Now, look, I actually think they should get rid of Pelosi. I think she's an idiot, and she was as much responsible for losing the House the last time they lost it as anyone else. And she really didn't have anything to do with them getting it back. She wasn't out there stumping for everybody. Obama did that more than she did.
Yeah.
So I would have no problem with them going, get rid of this bitch. But the reason they want to get rid of her is not that. It's not. It's that she's not radical enough. And in that instance, I'm like, no, Nancy's plenty radical. We don't need Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
AOC.
You killed my father, prepare to die. To come in there and insist on green legislation when the bitch has never wrote anything in her life. But she gonna get them Justice Democrats together, all both of them, and change Congress. No, but to make sure Nancy gets the job.
I really want to see her. I really want to see her submit her legislation on green paper.
Oh, me too. That would be awesome.
It's like, here's my green legislation. It's made from recycled paper.
Yeah, but to piss off those loudmouth morons, yeah, he's promised her however many votes she needs, which is funny. That's just funny. What else do we have going on? That's more of a story. Oh yeah, you know what? There's actually a couple stories I want to talk about.
All right.
Before we get to that, let's talk about the other moron. Thank you, Diesel Dave. Corporations should be allowed.
About the other moron. Thank you, Diesel Dave.
No, that came out wrong. I'm sorry, Diesel Dave. That was a timing issue. The other moron is Jim Acosta. We'll get to him in a minute, comma. Thank you, Diesel Dave. Corporations shouldn't be allowed to donate to political campaigns. I have no problem with them doing it. I really don't. As long as it's all up front and on paper, I don't care.
Yeah, it's the secret donors through the super PACs and everything that I have the biggest problem with.
Yeah.
If a candidate or a party is taking money from somebody, it should be public where the money is coming from, and not through a second party or through a filter or whatever.
Yeah, if there's a gun manufacturer who gives their money to a pro Second Amendment congressman, I have no problem with that. There's nothing dirty about what's going on there. They're going, I want this guy to win. He's helping my agenda.
Yeah, because the money doesn't mean they're going to win.
Exactly. Yeah, that ask Hillary.
Ask Beto and Hillary. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, back to Jim. Jim Acosta may be the saddest man on the planet. I'm going to put a link in chat here for you guys. The tweet that was tweeted out was from Roaming Millennial, and she said, Jim Acosta must think he's like Tinkerbell. Without attention, he dies. there's a short video. You guys can watch it as we talk. It's only 15 seconds long. Jim Acosta's back at the White House, right? And he walks up to these reporters who are like, welcome back. And he goes, do y'all want to ask me any questions? I was like, oh my God. It is so.
Really?
Yeah, really. Check out the video. Like I said, it's only 15 seconds. Watch it real fast.
Please.
Like, please, somebody talk to me. Please make me the story again.
Ask me questions. I love being the story. Please.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, it's funny.
Speaking of funny, I want to share a funny with you guys and see how long it takes you to spot the problem. And then we'll get into the two stories I want to talk about. Do you see the problem with this?
What are we looking at? Hold on.
Yes, you guys in there in chat, please clap.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, see, some people are getting it in chat. They're laughing. The Jews aren't supposed to be eating the ham. Certainly not for Hanukkah. Yes, thanks. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys got that. It took me a minute. I'm looking at him going, what the fuck am I? Oh, Hanukkah pork don't go together.
Yeah, that's an extreme oversight.
Yeah, that'd be like for Ramadan, not Ramadan. What are? Yeah, it's Ramadan the Muslim one.
Well,
Ramadan's Muslim, right?
They don't have Christmas, but yeah, no, it's Ramadan's Muslim, but it's not Christmas.
Yeah, Ramadan hams. Let's get those out there. Anyhow, what were the story? Okay, the one isn't really a story. It's something we talked about on Bear's stream today. When I got on there, he named his stream something like the new queer kid stuff.
Oh, is it the Crams thing or whatever?
I forget her name. Let me find it. There's this new channel out there that is indoctrinating little children.
Yes.
In the video, goodness.
With us monkey.
No, sorry, it was a weird hiccup and it got stuck in my throat. I apologize for that. Her name is Christina Wong.
Christina Wong, okay.
Christina Wong, and Radical Cram School is the name of her indoctrination videos.
What does cram stand for?
I think they just mean cram, like cramming it in their heads.
Oh, okay.
She had 10 or 11 kids, I forget how many, from ages 7 to 11. And she sits them down and she's talking to them like she's the teacher, and she has them all run up front and get a box, and they each pick a box and they bring it back and they sit down with it and they open it up, and inside is a slip of paper and part of a cookie.
Okay.
She then brings out a puppet of Donald Trump, who gets a whole cookie.
Oh, 77 cents on the dollar. What? Oh.
Yeah, what actually it's 82 cents because she used the statistic that Asians earn 82% of what white people do. And I'm watching this thing, and it's perfectly fucking stupid. It's what you might imagine if you haven't seen it. It's not the creepy shit with Teddy over there on queer kid stuff, but it's still indoctrinating kids with utter bullshit.
Yeah.
Utter nonsense. Just having everybody go up and pick a box is not the same as somebody working harder than someone else. Oh, by the way, she tells the kids that the Donald Trump puppet inherited his cookie from his dad.
Oh.
At what point does teaching children cross into indoctrinating them? In your opinion, if you have an answer.
Well, I mean, are we talking about a specific ideology? Like, does it look like Bible class? That's kind of the thing I've always, are they trying to drill into their heads belief systems or conspiracy theories rather than like educating them on something? So, Noah's Ark, the prison industrial complex, You know, you must kill yourself when you turn 30 or something. You know, that kind of stuff. That's
Sorry,
indoctrination.
I agree with you actually. Because you know, if you want to go over the wage gap with kids, I don't care. Just be honest about it. Don't tell them the only reason Donald Trump has any money is because of his daddy. I mean, that might have been where he got it, but he's done plenty on his own. But I am getting sick of seeing these channels on YouTube where they're just taking kids and fucking with their minds. I almost would rather kids watch Elsa and Spider-Man, not the creepy ones, not the really creepy ones, just like the ones where they're running around. Because this is somebody who's had a channel since 2006. And guys, she has one of the best rap videos ever made. She's kind of reminding me though of Tariq. Rap career's not taking off, so she's taking it in a different direction. She's going feminist. But if you get a chance, check out Christina Wong's Boss Lady music video. It's
Boss
awesome.
Lady? Okay.
Boss Lady. And by awesome, I mean it's fucking stupid. But yeah, we saw this today, and this seems to be a trend, and I'm wondering how many more of these are going to pop up where it's just obviously you're indoctrinating kids into stupid shit that you believe.
Well, I mean, I've done more than a few videos on, you know, social justice education, and this is not at all uncommon. I mean, you're talking about it like it's something uncommon, but it keeps going down lower and lower into the educational system. I mean, we got I got a couple of videos about like basically preschools teaching this stuff, so it doesn't surprise me at all.
I guess, I mean, you're right about that part. That it's rare to see it as done up as some kids show morning, you know, Mr. Rogers kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Queer Kid stuff was sort of the most well-known version of that. But yeah, okay, in that sense, that is relatively uncommon, I suppose. Yeah.
Now, Satsu, did you have anything else?
She-Ra's working to try to change that too, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. He-Ra, actually.
He-Ra, Princess of Power.
I have an article.
You do.
And I want to apologize before I even bring it up.
Okay. That's auspicious.
Yeah. Did we read this one this morning? I'm sure this was this morning. Teens are now getting drunk on boiled tampon juice. Thank you, Diesel Dave. Give me a small loan of $1 million and I can flip it too. Being born with a silver spoon in your mouth doesn't make you special. There's a lot of people who are born with a lot of money and die with none. Yeah, it happens more than you think.
Yeah, look at John DuPont.
Yeah, I mean,
go insane. You know, having money or being given a lot of money, inheriting a lot of money, does not guarantee a happy life. Same thing with like lottery winners. I mean, just look up stories about lottery winners and how their lives just imploded after becoming zillionaires. It's overnight kind of thing.
Now, kids these days will try just about anything to catch a buzz, from boofing beer to vaping vodka. Their latest cheap thrill, feminine hygiene products.
Who's they?
Teenagers in Indonesia are collecting menstrual pads and tampons, often of the used variety, and boiling them, allowing the mixture to cool, and then imbibing the resulting liquid.
Sounds like the most desperate vampire you've never heard of.
Police have already arrested several minors caught making this menstrual pad moonshine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Menstrual moonshine. Police have already arrested one 14-year-old confessed that he and his buds swig it morning, afternoon, and evening. The National Narcotics Agency in Indonesia says it's chlorine used to sanitize the menstrual products that is getting kids tipsy, giving them hallucinations and a feeling of flying. As it turns out, this has been going on for at least a couple of years. as this phenomenon was first reported by Indonesian authorities back in 2016. I don't know who started. Jimmy Ginting, an advocate for safe drinking in Indonesia, tells the Jakarta Post. There's no law against it so far. There's no law against these kids using a mixture of mosquito repellent and cold syrup to get drunk. That's the end of the story. I don't know why he would say that. Thank you, Diesel Dave, again, because they're morons. Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, these kids, one of them figured out that if you boil pads, and granted they can be unused, the chlorine in there will get you really high.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that progress or not?
Well, the problem with that is somebody had to come up with that idea.
That sounds like something you discover in prison to try to make moonshine out of like nothing you have available. Like what women would have to come up with inside a maximum security prison in order to get high. It's like, well, we don't have drugs in here, so I guess I'll boil my tampons. And then they discover that, and then like the guards are like, holy shit, they've come up with this weird moonshine thing. We got to like lock down all the tampons now.
It's one of those things where I wonder who first came up with it.
Yeah, it's like who suddenly thought, I wonder what it'd be like to boil a tampon and drink it.
Vor says somebody lost a bet and made a discovery. That's probably the best explanation I've heard so far.
That could be. Stranger things have happened from just people like making bets. Like Scientology was basically a bet.
The only other way I could think of it is that there was somebody who was good in chemistry who knew, okay, this has a little bit of chlorine in it. It's not enough that's going to kill us, but we're going to get fucking ripped on it. Yeah. Did you know that in the new Netflix She-Ra, the character of Katra is a lesbian? Thank you, Mash. No, I didn't. I haven't paid any attention to the Netflix She-Ra.
There was an article I saw where they went over all of the characters, like implied or explicit orientations. And yeah, most of them are either gay or undefined or whatever. So yeah, that's what kids need to be thinking about, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes back to the whole younger and younger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I've read this article, though, I'm almost impressed by people who figure this shit out, but still like horrified they exist. Like huffing paint. I mean, that was a pretty easy one to figure out. Somebody was painting in a room, they got high. Like, oh, you know what? This works. How the fuck do you come up with, let's boil a tampon?
I don't know.
Science, man. Science.
Well, it is science.
It could be. It could have been. If you go for like how sneakers were invented, that method. Like somebody was boiling water to make tea or something, and somehow a used tampon fell in there, and they accidentally drank it, and was like, holy shit, this is great. Oh my God, there's a tampon in here. Wait a second. You know, that kind of thing.
You got your tampon in my boiling water.
Oh my God.
You got your water in my boiling tampon.
Yeah.
Do you remember those, the chocolate peanut butter Reese's commercials when they first came out?
Reese's.
I said how I want to. America.
Reese, like a rhesus monkey? God damn.
Reese's, I'll say it how I want to. You're not my real dad.
You people are from your part of the country just have absolutely no sophistication whatsoever.
Reese's, I'm going to say that every time we talk now.
Reese's
peanut butter cups. But you still didn't answer the question. Do you remember the commercials when they first came out?
I do remember them, yes.
Where the hell? Why? There was one other story I wanted to talk about, and I don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
I do want to remind everybody the 7 Days to Die server will be open tomorrow. It's open right now. You guys can jump in there and play. I will warn you, they've gone through 2 horde nights since we talked last night, Satsu.
Damn.
It was up to day 44 when I jumped in there with Sinatra today to show them where everything was.
Holy shit.
Yeah, some people are playing. So if you get in there, watch the day before you just go running around. But after that, I'm not sure what's happening with it. We'll talk about it later. We will be over on 2 Cents Plus, probably with our last episode of Dying Light tonight after the show.
Yeah, we should be about done because we made it to the prison, and I think that's the last bit. And there's not any like after stuff, if I remember correctly. So
Yeah, we both have Riptide. We're not going to play it right now because we have other things to be playing. Anything else we need to promote before we turn this over to the chat?
Not that comes to mind.
All right. With that, guys, we're a couple minutes early, but I figure if I drop tampon juice on you, I should give you something in return. The menstrual moonshine. Oh, sorry, Dead Island, not Dying Light. Did I say Dying Light? God damn it.
I thought you said Dead Island too.
We're just, several people have corrected us. My bad. My mistake.
Gosh, monkey. Get it right.
Anyway, chat, it's your time. Questions, comments, concerns, throw them into the chat right now. We'll do our best to pay attention to them and actually talk about what you say. I think the host of Queer Kid Stuff got arrested. Oh, I hadn't heard that.
Give us a link to that one. I'm curious.
Chambers says you're going to make Scribe sick. Maybe.
It's too late. I'm already sick.
Will Gene Simmons patent that drink? No, it's going to be Andy.
No.
Oh, Andy. Watch Bearing if you don't know that reference. I went over to the channel you were talking about.
Andy. That's right.
Everything there is just plain Wong. God damn you, Captain. Well played. Well played indeed. Considering the indoctrination, do you think homeschooling would be best for Grand Monkey and Pumpkin? Here's the thing. I see the advantage of homeschooling. I do. But I also see the advantage of getting kids into social situations where they have to deal with people who are not just like them, who are not their mommy and daddy, are going to hold their hand all the time. So I don't know how you make that work where you get both things done. I think your best bet is to find a good private school you can afford. Mash says, Lords of the Night, did you see the tweet I tagged you in? It was something YouTube put on my recommended list. It was a video by the LotN church.
Yeah, I saw
it,
that.
but I refused to watch it.
I watched it. I watched the first minute of it or whatever, and I thought, oh, is this going to be our new theme song or something? And it was just some weird. I'm not quite sure what it was. It was weird. I'm not even sure what LotN meant in that that context, because the sign behind them didn't have it on there. So I don't know what it meant.
Diesel Dave, thank you for the donation. Hey, can I have a wrench? Not for the donation, but yeah, you can have one. You've been around a long time. You've behaved yourself. We've had a few thin out here, like we never see blood anymore. So I'll make you one. That's like I said, you don't have to donate to ask that, because most of the time, if you donate and ask that, I'm gonna tell you no. Alan Sawyer has a birthday. What? Alan, it's my birthday tomorrow. I'll be 49. Oh,
49. Well, that's not a real number.
We're not on the air tomorrow. Unfortunately, for those of you who think that means we won't be singing, you're wrong. Alan, are you out there? Are you listening? I can see you. I know you're out there. Don't lie to me. Alan, how tall are you? No.
Odd.
This one's for you, bud. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thought I was gonna make it.
Happy birthday to you tomorrow.
Whole night. Could have made it.
Happy birthday, dear.
But you just had to be born.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Alan. I hope your birthday is better than that song was.
How dare you?
Golly, Scribe, I'm trying to get my toy box back together after divorce. Got any recommendations? You could DM me for quality restraints.
Sport Cheats has a pretty good line that are relatively affordable. You get one of those things, and it doesn't take much. If you want to go for anything like more heavy duty, you're going to probably have to order special and spend a lot of money. But if you're just looking for utility and not like super fancy, yeah, look up sport sheets.
Real quick, Serenity Lotus says, let Satsu know the Final Fantasy 14 live letter happened today. Done. Tyler says, have you heard of the HR 7115-3D Firearm Prohibition Act? I have not.
Nope.
Duck Dog wants to know, Scribe, I repeat my previous query. Do you do a Gary Owens narrator voice?
Oh God, I wish. I can't. I wish I could do Gary Owens. That is one of the best radio announcer voices ever. If you guys don't know who Gary Owens is, well, I mean, Laugh-In is where I saw the most of him, but he'd been doing voiceovers for cartoons and all types of stuff. But do I do one? No, I could attempt it. I don't know how good it would be. So that's my answer, as much as an answer as it is.
Toasted, yeah, that's been removed. That's not on the channel anymore. Thank you for the link, though. There's a question here. Would I miss it? Do you guys think we should just give kids weed and cut out the grossness? I don't think that's the right answer.
It is an answer.
It is. I mean, let's see. Stunlock Joe says, Ranting Monkey, tampon moonshine. What's next? Jizz rag cocktails. Oh my fuck.
Well, we already had that. We had the cum shots or whatever from like Vice or Vox or whatever. Yeah, we already had that.
I forgot about that nasty shit. You just
that's already happened. Brain. That's already happened, guys. Unfortunately, that is not a gross fantasy. People have done that apparently.
Your boy Pat asked if we've seen. Well, he asked you, Scribe, but I'm putting it to all of us. If we've seen the Florida man with the cobra neck, have you seen that motherfucker?
Yeah, that guy. There was I think it was. I forget who put it up today. I think it was Shady Grin or something. There's a picture. It was like Old Saint neck, and it was that guy in a Santa hat. It was great.
I just retweeted what Jim Healis sent me. I would show the picture, but it'd probably get me in trouble. Oh. So if you follow me on Twitter, go see what I just retweeted. Jim Healis, that is disgusting and funny at the same time. Where are we at? Chris found a cartoon on Netflix about drag queen superheroes. I shit you not. Jesus Christ.
Is it? Sure. Netflix will make anything these days. So.
Did you guys notice that Duck Dog is running a cooking show in chat? No, I didn't.
That would be interesting if somebody was like consistently, effectively running a text-based show inside of other people's channels.
That would be
streams. That's an interesting idea. You wouldn't be able to monetize it at all, but that would be kind of funny.
Thank you, tall person. I lied earlier. I'm drunk. It may be booze talking, but I'm grateful for you all, Lord of the Night and chat. You are all a highlight of my day. If nothing else, know this. There's a drunk man out there who thinks you are all awesome. You know what, tall person? I think you're awesome as well.
Yeah, thank you, tall person.
Thank you for that. I really do love coming here and having our chat with Satsu and Scribe and then all of you guys and being so involved. You're amazing. Johnny, how is Bloodwing, by the way? He's doing okay. He's just I know he was a little bit sick, but he was back on Twitter yesterday. I saw him.
Yeah, he said he was either yesterday or the day before that he said that he's got his fingers crossed that he might be qualifying for disability.
Yeah,
which would make life a lot easier. So good luck on that.
Now, Diesel Dave, don't go abusing that. I didn't see what he said, but don't go abusing that. Don't make me take it back the first day I gave it to you. I didn't see it, so I don't know if you're abusing it or not. Let's see. What do we have? How triggered do you think the left would get if they aired Monty Python's Flying Circus on network television today?
Oh.
Well,
I mean, it's on. Doesn't PBS play it a lot?
Yeah,
from time to time. I don't. This is Monty Python, since it has the brand name recognition, I don't think it would get as much heat as something that was not Monty Python.
Thank you, Nick's opinion. Good night. I have to get ready for work. When I get off, I may see Monkey in the morning or just go to sleep. If you're tired, go to sleep. You can always watch it later, and it's okay to miss a show or two. It's just us shit talking. So, and if there's anything that's really funny, somebody will point it out anyway. Stargazer reminds everybody to come watch us over on 2 Cents Plus, where we're playing Dead Island, and it'll probably be the last episode of that. So, yeah, come check that out. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Well, I'll be doing a Monkey in the morning. I won't be doing a game stream tomorrow. Are you going to be streaming tomorrow night, Satsu?
I think SDA wants me to be on her show tomorrow, so might not be.
Okay. Are you going to do any 76 tomorrow, Satsu?
I will be playing the game. If you want to do some streaming, we can do. Are you off tomorrow?
Oh yeah, it's Sunday.
Oh yeah, then yeah, we can do it a little
just
early.
tell me when you plan on being up, and I'll see what I can do.
All right.
And Monkey soon will have 76 in the next day or two. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the three of us can play in the near future.
Yep. Let's see. Mostly for Scribe, I'd imagine. Would y'all play Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls, or Fallout tabletop game? I'd have problem playing any of those tabletop.
Sorry, what were the options again?
Dragon Age, Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls, and Fallout.
So I actually own the Dragon Age tabletop game. I was given there's 3 sets. There's 3 sets to this game, and I was given the 3rd set as a Christmas present one time. And it's kind of D&D light in a way. It's relatively simplistic. But if you really like the Dragon Age lore, it's good. The Fallout tabletop game, I've seen people play it. I haven't played it. Mass Effect. Would I play these games? I played the Dragon Age one. It was okay. I mean, it was very, like I say, D&D-ish, but, obviously to that lore. The Fallout one, I might play, but it would have to be with a group of people, and I don't know if I'd want to pay for it, first off, because that's an expensive game. The other ones, Mass Effect, I've never played the actual video game, so I'm not, naturally inclined to. There was one more, wasn't there? Mass Effect, Fallout, Dragon Age, what was the other one?
Elder Scrolls.
I wish they would make a D&D conversion of Elder Scrolls or vice versa, because they haven't. I'm really surprised they haven't made some kind of Elder Scrolls tabletop game official, because just with as rich a lore as they've established and all the races and classes of characters and powers and factions and all that stuff, it seems like a natural fit. It boggles my mind why they haven't done
that. Let's see. Harvos Marvos asks, have you guys talked about Kamala Harris comparing ICE to the KKK? No, we did not.
Oh, I saw the video clip.
I brought that up, I think, one time, and we never got to it.
Yeah, the story, I brought up a story. California Democrat and likely 200, God damn it.
200.
2020 presidential candidate Kamala Harris drew fury after comparing U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, to the Ku Klux Klan during a hearing on Capitol Hill. She asked Ronald Vitiello, President Trump's nominee to lead ICE, whether he shares what she said was the public's view that ICE was spreading fear and mistrust, in particular among immigrant communities, the same way the KKK did. Quote, are you aware of the perception of many about how the power and the discretion at ICE is being used to enforce the law, and do you see any parallels with the KKK, she asked. There's not much to say to that other than she's a dumb fuck. I mean,
well, it was so funny. Like, did you guys see the clip? Like, you watched it?
I did. It's fuzzy in my memory now because I've watched a lot of stuff since then. But yeah, I saw it.
Well, she kept trying to rephrase it to get him to like answer the question because she kept putting emphasis on do you see the perception?
Yeah.
And he's like, how can I see somebody else's perception of a thing that's like, what the fuck do you mean? It's
very good.
How am I supposed to confirm their delusions? Like, no, I don't see that. Why? If I saw that, then I wouldn't be trying to be ahead of a group that is similar to the group that I literally just condemned publicly. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And so she was trying to get him to say yes to compare them. And she did a whole build up and everything, which was just like watching it fall apart was glorious.
Well, she probably, I haven't seen it. I'll watch it. But I'm guessing she did her prosecutor thing where she was like, I got this, y'all. And then
Oh, yeah.
Matlock.
Because she told him to apologize for, or asked him, did he feel bad about what he said? And I can't remember exactly what the statement he said was. But he said it was like something was a comparison to the KKK or something, some group that she supported. And she was like, do you think that was bad? And he was like, yes, it was bad. And she was like, well, why? Why is it bad? And he was like, because it has a negative connotation. Why does it have a negative connotation? Because it's tied to this. Well, why is it tied to that? What implications does that have? And she did all this build up to get him to the point to where she would try to trick him into saying, oh yeah, ICE is just like the KKK. He was just like, no, bitch. Sorry.
Not win the nomination. Real quick, Citron, thank you. Monkey, how do you break into the Valentine Doctor? Satsu, I don't know if you've done this part yet. You might want to close your ears.
Oh, I don't care too much about the spoil.
You have to hold up the guy behind the counter. Just hold your gun on him. He'll raise his hands and eventually walk over there and open it. Thank you, Mashishu. Come on, people. Let's get it up to 100 likes. Yes, indeed. No, don't get it to 100 likes. Get it to 120. There's 220 people watching. Give me to 120, guys. Show me the love. If you'd like to rub my wiener, press the like button. Let's see.
That is a bad way to get people to press the like.
I don't think so. I got a nice wiener. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. Oh my god.
Monkey's wiener.
I feel made up funny.
Satsu wants to touch my wiener. Is it considering cheating if I masturbate?
Is it
No.
Wait, did you switch from left hand to right hand? Because if so, then yes.
Where are we at?
It's all about in your heart. Are you cheating in your heart? That's the question.
That's a joke nobody here gets.
I know.
You and me and Prospero. That's probably it. Nah, some of the other people are as old as we are, so maybe. Let's see, where else are we? Sorry, guys, chat jumped in. I'm trying to find where it is. Flare asks, is the 7 Days to Die server open all the time now or something? It's open until tomorrow night when Monday night, I think. I don't know if they've released the time, but Alpha 17's coming, Flare. So we're leaving it open until then. So if you want to play, have fun. Yes, and Stargazer had also said, please hit like. Hit the like, y'all. Was that the Wheel of Fortune impress? Oh, when I went yeah. Anybody know who James Ellsworth is?
James Ellsworth.
That name sounds familiar, Pat. Hang on, let me look him up.
Yeah, that does sound familiar.
Luckily, we have the Google machine.
Hey, Google.
Why do I know him? Is he a wrestler? Oh, yeah, he seems to be. I recognize the face. I recognize the name, but I can't tell you why. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have here?
Doobie doobie doo.
I'm looking for question marks, guys. So if you guys are saying something that I'm sorry. What's the worst joke I've ever heard? We're not telling that. Is it okay? Toasted already. We already talked about that. Favorite ice cream. Mine goes back and forth between just regular vanilla and butter pecan.
I just like ice cream. I don't know if I have a favorite because I will pretty much eat any ice cream except for like some of the weird, unique shit.
Scribbles.
My favorite ice cream? This should be well known by now. Mint and chocolate chip.
I was hoping you changed your mind. Thank you, man. Shishu. When an eel bites your thigh and you bleed out and die, that's amore. And thank you. What's the best thing about abuse jokes? The punchline.
Wah, wah.
Trying to get me in trouble. Nah, I don't care about that. Fuck. Everything's jumping. 104 likes. I told you, Satsu, people want to touch my dick.
Right.
Internet fucketry. Did you see Bernie Sanders tweet? No. What did that moron say now? Let's see. I have to ask, have you seen the Shane Black Predator film? If so, what are your thoughts?
I have not, because the preview told me everything I needed to know that it was going to suck.
Is that the new one?
Yes.
It's got like a Predator in it and some.
Yeah, Shane Black was actually one of the people who was in the first Predator movie. He was in the helicopter. He's one of the team. He was also a co-writer. He spruced up some of the jokes. Shane Black is an amazing writer of dialogue. I'm not sure, and he is most well suited for comedy, dark comedies, action comedies, effectively, but not something like Predator, which was effectively an action sci-fi horror movie. It wasn't. There were comedic elements to the original Predator, but it wasn't a comedy. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. If you want to see Shane Black doing a movie the kind of movie that Shane Black should do, watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer. It is brilliant and perfect. It's exactly the kind of movie he should do. He should not have done Predator. He might have been able to write it, maybe. But you needed a director with some restraint, because it just turned into a bunch of bullshit.
Oh shit! I'm sorry to see that, Bear. He says, "Monkey, I'm turning into you, the fucking pain." I am sorry to hear that, man.
Oh no! Don't be pained.
Yeah. Toasted Network asked me if Lady Monkey would mind if I masturbated. It depends on where I was. If you mean, does she just have a problem with me doing it? I hope not, because I do it and she knows.
She watches.
No, I've never been one who can do that.
Oh. Okay.
I've had people want to watch, and I'm like, I can't. Sorry, you got to turn around.
This is a private affair.
Yeah, it's between me and my penis. I'm sorry, it's not for anyone else.
My penis gets nervous when people are, you understand, right?
Look, if you want to see that, use your hands. Cause it's weird. It's weird. See, women touching themselves is awesome. That's art.
Yes.
Men doing it is like, stop it. That you should be in a bathroom ashamed of yourself right now. And look, masturbating is not something you should be ashamed of. How often men do it, we should be ashamed of. That's the problem. It's not that we do it, it's that we can't stop. Oh man. God, my fucking ribs hurt. I'm gonna pay for that trip. Lady Monkey asked me before we went out, because I was walking like my old ass self. She goes, "Are you sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "No, but I need exercise. I need to get a giant fucking hamster wheel. Actually, I need to go use my bike again."
Yeah, what happened to that?
Oh, it's sitting out there collecting dust. It doesn't have laundry on it, which some people had predicted.
Mm-hmm.
Faithless says 4 times a day is not too much. No, it's too much when you rub the skin off your dick. And that was a rough day in 8th grade. Let me tell you that.
Oh my god.
Get Monkey a fucking Zorb. What's that? Is that big ball thing?
I don't know. Do you need a ball?
I didn't fall or anything, but this is just from walking around. Oh, I had to tell you this story. When we were at the store today, I knew I'd see Little Butt Thursday. I didn't know she'd be here today, which made my day.
Mm-hmm.
But at Walmart, they have these little Disney princesses at the checkout line, and they're fucking $5 for this little fucking thing. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" But it's still for her, so I didn't mind.
Yeah.
And she showed up, and I heard her out there talking, so I went out there to see her. I said, Grandpa got a surprise for you. You want to go upstairs? She goes, yeah. So we go upstairs and I give it to her. And for those of you who have a problem with me not wrapping things, sorry. It was a gift, but I didn't wrap it. But she pulls it out. She goes, oh, it's Belle. She goes, this is exactly what I wanted.
Oh,
I thought, oh, you're a sweetheart.
gosh.
Let's see what's going on here. Baron Monkey, will there be morning streams tomorrow today? Of course I'll do a stream. Mine will probably be sometime around 11ish if I do one. Bear will not be doing one because his ass is still up and he's in pain right now. Yeah. He's going to be premiering the second episode of Bear's Weekly. What the fuck? There you go. Oh, God. YouTube, fix your shit. I shouldn't have to scroll back. I thought monkeys fapped a lot. We do.
And fling poo.
That I've never done.
Oh, yet.
I'm not like that lady at that Starbucks. But Tim Hortons. That fucking bitch. Oh, if you guys haven't seen that video, she gets really mad at the people behind the counter. So she drops her pants, leans up against the wall, shits on the floor, and then throws them at him. And my favorite part of that video is she grabs a piece of paper off the counter, wipes her ass with it, and then throws that at him too. Like she had to get, after throwing shit, she had to get at least one more little dig in at him. Here, take the paper too.
That's nasty.
Cody says wrapped around her little finger. You have no idea. Let's see. Favorite Chinese food. I like just the noodles. The
lo mein noodles.
Is that what they are? I don't know. They're kind of brown noodles in the.
Yeah, lo mein.
Yeah, that's my favorite of all Chinese food.
I like lo mein.
Satsu, you're Asian. What do you like?
Sorry, I was blown away by this new revelation.
I'm sorry, Scribbles.
What?
You're Asian. What's your favorite Chinese food?
I'm only half Asian.
Well, you're okay.
I like pad thai.
Pad Thai is really good. Oh, that's
well,
just
it can be really good. I've unfortunately had bad pad thai before, but yeah.
Well, fortunately, the only time I've had it is at an actual restaurant. Like I've never had fast food pad thai, so it's probably nasty fast food.
Yeah,
but
no, you don't want to do fast food pad thai. No.
Yeah. Oh, so delicious.
Toasted said my roommate had sex in front of me and it's disgusting.
Did you watch?
Sex isn't disgusting by itself.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Because I was watching a video. Squishy showed me this video. I think I told you guys about this before. This dude was masturbating and his friend walked in. It was like a skit or whatever. And his friend walked in and the dude was like, oh, dude, what are you doing? He was like, I'm masturbating. And he was like, you should stop. He was like, nope, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going because if you stay here and watch me, that makes you gay. And he was like, no, you're gay because you're masturbating in front of me. He was like, no. I was in here masturbating before you showed up. You walked in and you have confirmed that I am masturbating. Therefore, if you continue to watch, you are gay.
I'm with him on that. If you hang around when you see, wouldn't it be great if guys were like that? Because we've all been walked in on, or most of us have been walked in on, where I was like, oh, shit. Be like, get the fuck out. I am busy. You saw what I was doing. Get out.
He was like, no, you gay for masturbating in front of a dude. He was like, I was masturbating before you got here.
Mash says I'm up to 125 people. Speaking of dick touching, see? Told you.
Speaking of dick touching, 125 people have touched your dick. Huh?
Indeed. And I don't blame them. It's a pretty dick.
Oh, yeah.
Irate Bear says Scribbles is Asian. Yeah, he is.
I'm half Asian. That is what I was told by a customer that walked into a store I was working at just out of college. He looks at it was an Asian gentleman. I mean, he was from I think he's from Japan, and he leans in close as I'm getting this product ready to sell him because I had to do the whole warranty thing, and he's looking at me really close and he says, "Both of your parents weren't Caucasian, were they?" And I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "One of them was Asian, yes." And like, Thanks for that. It was so bizarre.
I like how at the beginning of that he kind of had an Asian accent and it just went away.
Well, I can't do an Asian whatever, I can't.
Yeah, we heard you. Mash asks, Lords of the Night, will you have a guest on Thanksgiving?
Yes, the turkey.
Yes.
That's Satsu's night. Do you have anything planned, Satsu?
Yeah, me and Squishy are gonna be cooking, and I plan on recording as much of it as I can. So.
Oh, you should call the Butterball hotline live.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Just ask them life advice. Don't ask about turkey advice.
Exactly. Yeah, like read them. Pull up one of our advice column stories and read it like you're talking to them directly about your life.
Monkey, I'm in favor of nuking Canada. It's cold in Michigan. How can anyone live in this freezing land? It's hard. It's hard, and it will strip the soul right out of you. Do any of you like cranberry sauce? I don't. I think it's just nasty.
No.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
Never had a particular liking for it. I can't say I hate it because a couple times I've had it, I was just kind of like, nah. But I don't have any big deal for it.
Richard Art says, so Scribbles, well, Scribe, does that make you Caucasian? Get Asian at the end there.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, euthanasia, right?
Dozen Network says, my roommate literally does it when I'm in the room and doesn't care. Are you talking about masturbating or having sex? Those are two different things. If you're like sitting in the room with him and he just whips out his dick and starts going to town, I would ask for a new roommate. If you're talking about like you're having sex or he's having sex and you happen to walk in and he keeps going, I don't know.
Walk out. I mean, you don't have to stick around. Last I checked.
Any truth to the rumors that we'll be getting a mini ice age?
Well, how the hell would we know?
When the polls switch? Or are you talking about like they're going to make an Ice Age TV show?
If you look at go back in history, we're not necessarily due for one, but the last one ended really quickly. And there's several theories on that. I can't control that the colleges give us our roommate. Well, can't you go complain? I mean, I would feel that that's like at least sexual harassment or something if the dude just keeps whipping his dick out.
Yeah.
There are valid reasons to get a different room. But yeah, you would probably be the one that has to move. No, we're still in the ending of the last ice age from what I've heard. It depends. It depends on what you look at. There's a lot of stuff on this. Definitely don't have time to go over it, but we'll see. We'll see. Well, or we won't, because by the time it comes, I'll probably be dead.
Yeah. We're talking like geologic time.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving meal? Do you mean favorite part of the meal? The stuff my wife makes that her family calls broccoli rice. It's got broccoli and Velveeta and rice and cream of chicken soup in it, and onions that have been sauteed, and it is just it is heaven on your tongue.
That sounds pretty good.
I like my mom's mashed potatoes and stuffing, like mixing those together a little bit, and then putting that with the turkey. Tastes really good.
What was the question again?
What's your favorite? He said Thanksgiving meal, but I went with Thanksgiving food. What did? Okay, never mind.
My mom makes a bomb ass roast, usually for Thanksgiving, because she usually makes 3 meats to accommodate every. She'll make like a roast, she'll make a ham, and then she'll make the turkey.
Now, do you guys? Okay, I have to ask. Do you guys have like collard greens at your Thanksgiving?
Oh, dude, we usually make them for holidays and Thanksgiving or whatever. And we've always used my mom's recipe because she's always had the best. But now she uses mine because I have surpassed her.
Nicely done. I wasn't trying to be racist there. That's why I was like,
oh no,
that kind of sounds racist. But all of my black friends that I've ever had, they have that, and I've never had a white friend who has collard greens on Thanksgiving.
They so fucking. I just eat them on fucking weekends now. 'Cause they so fucking delicious.
He one time had sex on my bed because his mattress was broken.
Oh, fuck that.
Dude, go get
Jeez.
a new roommate.
Yeah.
Go talk to your RA and get a new roommate. With that, guys, with the broken mattress sex, we're gonna wrap this one up. Chat, thank you guys so much for the donation. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. Thank you for getting those likes up there to 120 and proving to Satsu you should shoot high, aim high.
Air Force.
Even if it's talking about your day. Thanks for joining us. Our next episode will be Monday on Satsu's channel. However, you can come over to 2 Cents Plus and watch me and him play Dead Island. See, I made sure I said the right thing. Dead Island here in just a few minutes. It should be the last episode of that game. So come on over and check it out because it's always funny. Scribe, Satsu, a pleasure as always. And everybody, your lives make us sad. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Today's secret phrase is menstrual moonshine.